All right, guys. For our writing lesson, we're gonna do another narrative, okay? Another story, okay, where you could be the main character or somebody else, okay? It's not an opinion or an informative. We're not giving details or information, okay? Not like source two says that. We're not using that, okay? That's opinion or informative. Okay, we're doing narrative writing, and it's one of your main characters is going to be the hurricane itself, okay? Okay, so we're going to go over this in a second, but first, I want you to watch this. All right, we're going to talk about narrative writing, which we did before already. That was our cloud story. That was narrative writing, okay? Okay, but in this case, instead of clouds, you're going to use as one of the main characters the hurricane, okay? A narrative writing tells a story that happened. And narrative writing tells a story in the order that it happened, okay? It begins with a catchy lead and uses details to describe people, places, and things. Okay, what are narrative features? Narrative features are the text characteristics which can be found in most narratives. Most important narrative features are the characters, okay, the setting, okay, meaning where the story takes place, right? Okay, the plot, okay, okay, what's happening in the story, if there's a problem, and then how did you solve that problem? The conclusion. So, in your character, it could be you, it could be a girl, boy. You want to describe your character, okay? Is she tall, short, okay? Hair color, age, eye color, okay? Character or the person who is in the story. Many stories have more than one character. It could be you and somebody else, okay? But one of the main ones is probably going to be in a hurricane, okay? What's happening to you and your character during the hurricane? All right. You should describe your character, okay? And then we're going to go over some hurricane facts when we read the article. All right, today we're just going to go through pages 1 through 4. Okay, there's an article that we're going to read, and also some instructions. Okay, so hurricanes. So look, here's your task. This is what you're going to be doing. Okay, so your task for this task, you will read source one. Okay, Earth Science Hurricanes by ReadWords. We're going to do that. Says then. So for this task, you will read source one, Earth Science Hurricanes by ReadWords. Then you will answer questions about what you have read. In part two, you will write a narrative story, okay, with the characters, a setting, a problem, a resolution, using the facts about the hurricane from source one, okay? You're not going to say, in source one, it says that. No, no, no. Maybe your characters are talking to each other and they say, hey, it looks like there is going to be, the winds are going to be pretty fast, okay? So part one, it says read source one, Earth Sciences Hurricanes by ReadWorks. And then we're going to annotate. So let's get going. That's what we're doing first. So here's Earth Science Hurricanes. This is page 2. It says hurricanes are tropical storms that start in the ocean waters near the equator. Okay, the storm moves its way north where the air is cooler. Okay. Says the wind gets stronger and the rain gets heavier. So that's how I know a hurricane is coming. The eye of the storm is located in the center of the storm, which we kind of read about this a couple of weeks ago, right? It says it is the storm's calmest part. There is no rain in the eye, and it can spread across 20 miles. The winds around the eye can blow as much as 200 miles per hour. They have the ability to uproot trees from the ground. They can also blow glass out of windows. So it's not a good idea to be in a hurricane. Okay. Says in the United States, early summer and fall are hurricane season. Every new season, tropical storms are labeled. The names follow alphabetical order and alternate between male and female names. For example, the first hurricane may be Hurricane Andrew. Okay. Then Hurricane Barbara, Christopher, Deborah. Okay. Ephraim. Okay. So it's just alternates back and forth. They're labeled. Hurricane Joaquin. Hurricanes can last up to 14 days. They travel for thousands of miles across the ocean. Most of the time, they never reach the coast of the United States, but when they do hit the coast, conditions become very dangerous. So when they do hit the coast, conditions can become very dangerous. When water levels rise, there can be floods and mudslides. Houses close to the shore can be wiped out, and the people who live there can be in grave danger. Not a good place to be during a hurricane if you're going to the ocean, to the beach. I'll leave that there. Let's read the highlighted part that we did already. It says hurricanes are tropical storms that start in the ocean waters near the equator. When the wind gets stronger and the rain gets heavier. The wind gets stronger and the rain gets heavier. The eye of the storm is located in the center of the storm. It is the storm's calmest part. There is no rain in the eye and it can spread across 20 miles. The winds around the eye can blow as much as 200 miles per hour. They have the ability to uproot trees from the ground. They can also blow glass out of windows. Every new season, tropical storms are labeled. The names follow alphabetical order and alternate between male and female names. For example, the first hurricane may be Hurricane Andrew. Then you have Barbara, Christopher, Deborah, Ephraim. So when you're writing, you think it might be a good idea to name your hurricane? Yeah, that'll be a nice part of your writing. Hurricanes can last up to 14 days. Okay. When they do hit the coast, conditions become very dangerous. When water levels rise, there can be floods and mudslides. Houses close to the shore can be wiped out, and the people who live there can be in grave danger. All right. So now we're going to do pages 3 and 4. Okay. So go ahead and answer questions 1, 2, 3, and 4 for me, and then we're going to go over those. All right. It says, where do tropical storms start? Where do you think? Well, let's look back in the text. It's literally on the first sentence. Hurricanes are tropical storms that start in the where?
Ocean waters.
Ocean waters near the equator. Ah. North Pole?
No.
The coast?
No.
Doesn't say anything about the equator. A and B, huh? In the ocean near the equator? Okay. Now this one said on land near the equator. No, if you look at the text, it says in the ocean waters. And look at the picture. That's the ocean. So 1 is C. 2, what does the text describe? What does the text describe? Examples of destructive hurricanes? No. How hurricanes are formed? How hurricanes differ from tornadoes? Or how people should prepare for hurricanes? Yeah. How do I know that? Because look what it says. See, the wind gets stronger and the rain gets heavier. It says that it does have and tells you what the eye of the storm is. It says that they start in the ocean waters near the equator. It does tell you how destructive they are. Okay, but it doesn't say anything about how people prepare themselves, right? So it's B for number 2. Number 3, it says read the following sentences from the text. A tropical cyclone is a very strong tropical storm that starts in the ocean waters near the equator. The storm moves its way towards where the air is cooler, which is usually away from the equator. The wind gets stronger and the rain gets heavier. What can be concluded about a tropical storm as it moves away from the equator? What do you think?
Gets stronger.
Well, look right here. The wind gets stronger, right? It disappeared. Did it say anything about it disappears?
No.
Its strength does not change? Yes, it does. It just says right here. The winds get stronger and the rain gets heavier, right? It doesn't say weak. Okay, that's D for that one. And then it says, read the following sentences. When water levels rise, there can be floods and mudslides. Houses close to the shore can be wiped out, and the people who live there can be in grave danger. So, what does grave mostly mean? What do you guys think?
Life-threatening.
Okay, not little. It's not a burial site where you bury something. Okay, when somebody says, "Oh, you're in grave danger," that means it's the situation is life-threatening. C. Okay. Number 5 says, "What is the main idea of the passage?" Well, what do you think? What's the main idea of the passage? Did they just talk about the eye of the storm? When a storm becomes as big as a tropical storm, it receives its name. Is it just that?
No.
Okay. Depending on the location of a tropical cyclone, it is known as a hurricane, typhoon, or cyclone. No. What do you think? Obviously, what's left? What? The main idea is hurricanes are intense storms that can cause major damage. And then the article gives you details. All right. All right. It says based on the text, explain which part of the hurricane is most dangerous. So which part do you think that's most dangerous? The eye of the storm,
No.
or just the outside? No. All right. So it says based on the text, explain which part of the hurricane is most dangerous. So what did we say was most dangerous?
The wind.
Well, inside the eye or outside the eye?
Outside the eye.
So here we go. The area outside of the eye. All right, so it's the area outside of the eye of the storm is the most dangerous. Okay. The winds around the eye can blow as much as 200 miles per hour. So where it says use evidence from the text to support your answer, how do I know that that's the most dangerous area outside of the eye? Because the winds blow, the winds around the eye can blow as much as 200 miles per hour. Okay, number 7 says, why might a hurricane be very dangerous for the people in its path when it makes landfall? Why do you think a hurricane could be very dangerous for people? Tell me.
Um, it, it can destroy homes that are in its path.
Yes. Hurricanes may cause houses close to the shore to be wiped out. Okay. Could be wiped out, putting the people who live there in grave danger. Okay.